Gada channel. I wish Gada channel a happy and prosperous year ahead. I wish Gada channel to grow in such a way that Gada channel should be grown in a worldwide, and I wish this Gada channel to have a great success in their future. Today's major problem while purchasing land is documents. So what all the necessary documents have to be checked in order to purchase a land? So these points and the list of documents which have to be checked, that thing will be disclosed in this program right now. So firstly, if you are going to purchase a property, first thing is that you have to keep in your mind, you have to check the nature of the property. That means what kind of property is that, and what is the nature of property. You may ask, what is the nature of property? First thing is that it is nothing but the history of the property. That means what is the when which way is the origin of this property. So in order to check that, we have to check the title deeds. That is, for example, if it is an ancestral property, we have to check the ancestral documents related to that property. And if it is a self-acquired property, we have to check if that self-acquired property means in what manner that self-acquired property has been obtained by that particular person. So self-acquired property comes under different clauses. That may be, it may be granted by the government, and in certain acts, like if you pronounce in Kannada, Uduvone Bhumi Odiya, like that. So this kind of property are come under self-acquired property. If it is a joint family property, we have to check the title deeds of this property. So when it comes to joint family property, there should be a partition deed. For example, partition deed, it may be from the father to the children's, for all the family members, including their daughters or family elder son. If like this, there will be a partition in this property. So this is also another nature of the property where this property deeds can be checked. And another reason, gift deed. So if there is any gift it is executed, that is also called as the nature of the property. And will, if there is any will executed in favor of anyone, will can be executed in favor of anyone until unless will can be executed only by the person who is willing to execute his property of his rights to another person. It may be a father to son, or his wife, or his daughters. It may be anyone. So this role comes under the nature of the property, and also the title deeds. What I have told till now. And next thing is that next document is that Kata extract and Kata certificate. Immediately after any deed, see, it may be as I told you, it may be any deed. Immediately after deed, the first and foremost thing we have to verify is that Kata certificate and Kata extract. What is Kata certificate? Kata certificate is nothing but a person, after the sale transaction, his name will reflect on the concerned departments. That may be BBMP or BDA or BMRD or Panchayati limit, any, it may be for any matter. In that Kata certificate, the government will ensure that this property, particular survey number or site number property belongs to so and so person. So this is called Kata certificate. Even that should be also verified clearly. And at the same time, Kata extract is also very important. In this Kata extract, you will come across what is the survey number of this property, what is the site number, what is the Kata number, and what is the extension of the site, and what is the dimension of the site. So in this, you can clearly check out the whether this Kata certificate and extract or both are matching in the same name, and you can check the schedule of the deed, that deed will match with the kata or not. So this is also one of the important documents which give the relevant to the sale deed. And next is tax paid receipt. So for every property you need to pay tax. So why tax? It is a tax paid for a government for particular property. If the property is comes under the BDA, BBMP limits or BMRD, there is a separate guideline values fixed for a particular properties. So each and every sites or any land, it it should be payable under the tax India Karnataka Land Revenue Act. In that, according to that, every property should be a tax payable. For that reason, if any property is not comes under the Karnataka Land Revenue Act, it is not maintainable, it is null and void, and each and every property should be tax payable. So in order to show that genuinity of the property, so tax paid receipt should be also be verified before purchasing any property. And next thing is that, so RTC and mutation is also one of the most important documents where agriculture, when it comes to agriculture land, so each and every details will be enclosed in the RTC as well as mutation. So that is also one of the important documents which you have to verify before purchasing any land. So after that you have to check the mortgage deed. If any property, if it is mortgaged in any concerned bank or in any concerned department, you have to go and check through the deeds whether the property mortgaged is legally verified, or what certain amount of deposits have been received from the mortgage person. If that documents is clearly mortgaged with the bank or any other authority, we have to check whether all the documents are clear and all the originals have been furnished there, and we have to check. That is also one of the important things we have to check before purchasing any property. And litigation status, if any pending. So this litigation status, how we will come to know? So if you go and apply for RTC, there is a separate column entry for that. So in that column you can clearly note the litigation status visible under column number 11. So in that column you will come to know if there is any litigation pending for this particular property. There you will come to rectify whether that any case is pending on that particular property or not. So that is also one of the important document which you have to verify. And also form 79A and B endorsement. These certificates that are on cases pending against any person owning the agriculture land or property. So this endorsement should also be considered as one of the important documents to know whether a particular person who is owner of a land or an agriculture land, it will clearly shows that form 79A and B will clearly shows that if that person is having any legal proceedings pending against him or not. So that should be also kept in mind, and we have to verify. We have to verify form 79 and A and B also. And another important document is the village map and survey sketch. What is this village map and survey sketch? Village map is nothing but the entire village, which the property which you have purchased, that particular village map should be verified. So why should you verify village map? Because the particular site which you are purchasing will come under that particular of village map. If you apply in the concerned department, town planning department, you will get a village map, so that you can definitely go through the village map and rectify where exactly your site is located, and what is the, that means, extension of that village, and what is the extension of road, how much connectivity roads are there, and if there is any what is the what is there any approachment of a road, or this kind of particular doubt will be cleared if you apply for village map and inquiry the village map, or if you go through the village map. And survey sketch is nothing but it is It is done under the surveying department. So survey sketch will be, you can get the survey sketch in concerned department. So that particular site which you are going to purchase, so that survey or survey sketch will be entered in a particular manner, and separate authority surveyor will come and inquiry about all the, that means inquiry means they'll come and check the schedule, they'll measure equally, and as per this survey sketch you can clearly note that what is the extension of that particular property, that means dimension, what is the extension from east to west and north to south. So that particular measurement will be entered in the survey sketch. So that is also one of the important documents which you have to clarify before purchasing any property. So after that you have to obtain encumbrance certificate. What is this encumbrance certificate? So this is nothing but EC. So EC is the full form is encumbrance certificate. So in this particular certificate, you will get to know from what are the transaction. That means history of transaction. This encumbrance certificate is issued by sub-register officer. So in this encumbrance certificate, you can apply from past 1942 till date. It may be for any property. You will definitely get encumbrance certificate from concerned sub-register officer, so that you will come to know what all the transaction from 1942 till date, who was the buyer, who was the seller, and the what manner the property has come. So entire history will be comes under this encumbrance certificate. So encumbrance certificate is also must and should. And next it comes to family tree. So if you are buying any property, so you need to verify the family background of that particular person who is going to sell the property. You need to check what is the family link chain, that is nothing but family tree. Why you have to verify the family tree? You just want to know, as I told you previously, if there is any, it is any ancestral property. In that case, family tree plays a very important role. As if there is any mistakes in the family ancestral property division, that means that might be the property have not been divided earlier, and now the person who is not entitled is selling the property. So in this time, in this case, if you obtain the family tree, you come to know what is the background of the family and from whom you are purchasing, and who is the authorized person to sell you that property. So for getting clarification of that thing, you need to obtain a family tree, and that is also one of the important documents which is very helpful for you to purchase the land. And another thing is, you need to check the land acquisition status. So if you are going to purchase any land, you need to obtain certain what called endorsement, because if nowadays you can clearly know that there is a n number of illegal layouts have been constructed in and around Bangalore. So if you can see, you may not go through all this kind of issues, legal issues you are facing, and fully fledged areas have been acquired by BDA nowadays, because that the person who was purchasing that site have not gone through this kind of inquiries. They have not cross-checked the land acquisition, whether the land acquisition is there or not. So this need to be checked before you purchase any land. You need to go and approach the concerned authority. It might be a BDA, BBMP, or or any other authority, whether KDBID, and these are all the important things we have to check before purchasing any property. And that is also one of the important thing we have to check before the purchasing any property. And another thing is, you need to check whether the conversion notice, if land is converted. So there is if there is any change in the land, that means nature of land is changed. For example, if it is an agriculture land and now it is an non-agriculture land, that means it is used for residential purpose, and you need to check the conver conversion notice. If the land is converted, you need to check whether the conversion certificate is issued by the concerned tahsildar or DC, and you need to check the particular fixed amount is paid or not, and that should be checked in a particular department. As I told you, it is duty of each and every person who is going to purchase the land, and you need to check this document also. And official memorandum. What is this official memorandum? It is nothing but if the property is if the land, the nature of land is changed, and the official memorandum is being issued to all the concerned department. If you obtain uh, conversion copy from the concerned department, and that department has to officially memorandum, that means they have to circulate official memorandum to all the concerned department. It might be BDA, BBMP, or any other concerned authority, and that official memorandum is also very important document in order to purchase a land. And you need to check the police complaint, if there is any police complaint pending on before to the concerned property. A police complaint to be verified if the document is lost, and police complaint is to be checked in particularly in concerned jurisdictional police station also, and that is also one of the important thing we have to check before purchasing any property. And also no claim received acknowledgement from the advocate towards the public notary via paper publication. If you are purchasing any property, you need to it is very much important, and it is very easily can be, you can find out whether there is any litigation or not. You can publish paper publication the property details if you are going to purchase from so and so person, and your name also. If there is any litigation, definitely those person will come and approach you, and that is also one of the important thing you need to take care of, take care before purchasing any land. And next it comes to endorsement from KIAD, BDA for confirming that the layout area has not been proposed for land acquisition. As I told you earlier, if there is any like acquisition, whether the property it is maybe clear, you need to take endorsement from the concerned department, as I told you, KIADB and BDA or any other competitive authority when it comes to the land acquisition. And next is that you need to check whether it is a PTCL land or not. What is PTCL land? It is nothing but it is a land which is granted from the government to the particular community people, where that particular land will be under lease period for a period of 10 to 15 years, wherein that property cannot be, it is not fit for a sale transaction until unless that particular time period is what you tell, it has to get matured. So before entering to that PTCL land, I need to confirm you this PTCL land is particularly granted for some of the communities like SC/ST. So when it comes to that kind of people and that particular community, the government have granted them an piece of land in order to develop their financial status. So ultimately the government does not want them to lose the property till at least till 15 to 10 to 15 years. So that is the particular reason why PTCL land should be verified before purchasing the property. And next important point is there any GPA or SPA for that particular land transaction? What is GPA? Is there any GPA pending? A person who is selling you a property is already has written any GPA for any other concern, any other person. You need to check whether any GPA is existing in this property for that particular documents. You need to check that also. That is also one of the important thing. And next thing is that records of land, records of rights, and overall the main records of rights should be also be verified before purchasing the land. And next important thing is form number 61. If the value of the property is more than rupees 5 lakhs or more, you need to check that form number 60 under IT Act, and you need to verify that property comes under, and it is valuable for more than 5 lakhs, then you are liable to pay income tax. That is also one of the important thing you need to keep in your mind before purchasing the land. And also you need to check there is any minor claims for that particular property in respect of that particular property in question, and that is also one of the important thing you need to check. And one more thing is you have to check whether there is any road widening. And if you are purchasing any particular property, you need to check whether the particular property is under any road widening notifications from the concerned town planning department. That is also one of the important thing you need to check before purchasing any land. And also it is one of the general things whether if any defense acquisition is also there or not. When it comes to the defense acquisition, I mean to say that particular central government have a particular defense authority, for example navy or army. That kind of acquisition is there or not, you need to check concerned departments also. That is also one of the important things you need to check before buying any property. And finally, after all this, my sincere advice is that you better, if you are going to purchase any land, you better consult a good advocate and take advice of an advocate before purchasing any land. You need to obtain an opinion from a legal expert. From that you can definitely be secured under the law, and they will 100% guide you in a good way, and that is also most important thing. And in general, and never purchase a land seeing his banner flex or something like that. Before purchasing of any land, if you have come across all these points, you just want to know whether the titles are clear, property documents are clear, and you have obtained all the endorsement from the concerned departments. And that is the first most thing you have to check before purchasing any land. And not the you should not purchase a land by seeing the offers which are they are opting nowadays, and it is false to make the decisions by seeing the colorful banners or an luxurious what do you say, luxurious flyers like that. And that should not be happen in general. So my sincere advice is that before purchasing any land, you should definitely take an expert opinion. It might be an advocate. That is the foremost thing you have to do. And this is all for today. Thank you.